My most embarrassing vocal moment. Let's talk about it. Learn from me. Learn from this. Learn from this. So, quick context. Years ago in my other life, I'm 41 now, and I was 21 at the time, I think. I walked away from a deal with J Records. Alicia Keys was signed to the label. If you're young and you don't know about that, it was a big deal to get an offer from them. I walked away from that, long story short. And then I got signed to a big management team who was doing work with people like Jennifer Hudson, and I walked away from that. So, that's, again, short versions of a very long story. I might do some videos on that later. But I got the opportunity to do a song written by this really great producer, Sugar Brown, and a songwriter, Dion the Hit Writer. It was a really great R&B, just a great R&B track. So, 4 weeks, 6 months, now 1 year. It was just really smooth, kind of, and you know that me and you are picture perfect. It was just really smooth, kind of vibey song, right? But I was on my Kanye West. I felt like I had everything to prove, because keep in mind, everything I was doing, everybody, if you know my story, you know everybody was like, you'll never make it, you'll never be signed, you'll never be a good enough singer. So the fact that I'd even had this thing with J Records and with For Real Talent, it was already a big deal, but I was still so insecure. And I felt like I had everything to prove, and I still felt so unworthy of even the opportunities I was still getting. So what do I do? I go in the studio, and you know that me and you are picture perfect. Gave up my place, got expired, and it's worth it, 'cause ain't nobody else. And I'm just singing so hard for no reason. This is like a love, groovy, vibey song, and I'm singing so hard, and I'm just thinking, I killed it. And I'm like, yeah! I'm just singing so hard for no reason, right? So I send it to Sugar Brown, and I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I'm like, I killed it. I just belted that out. I'm giving male Christina Aguilera in this piece. I'm just singing so hard for literally no reason. And she calls me and she goes, yeah, Dion hates it. She doesn't want you to do it. She absolutely hates it. She feels like you ruined the song, because I literally did. And she was like, Eric, you got a good voice, but you can't do it like this. It was such a pivotal moment for me as a professional vocalist, because the lesson I learned was to tell the story. It's like being given a script. It's like, I'm not going to name the actor, but I remember a few years ago, there was this actress who, an audition reel leaked, and she's like, what? You told Nancy to go to she was really overacting, right? It's really Disney Channel acting in what was supposed to be a dramatic role. I was doing that, but just as a singer. So this romantic, sensual song, I'm here pummeling it and belting it into the ground. And so she was like, come to my studio and record it with me. And she coached me to just tell the story. And it was so much better. It was so much better. And I learned so much from that experience. And I think experiences like that. And I'd be lying if I said I fully learned the lesson just from that. I had a few more embarrassing moments that kind of drilled it deeper in. But it's one of the reasons why I think later on I was able to get so much work as a session vocalist and singing for TV shows and commercials and stuff. Because I think a lot of singers approach performing from a place of I gotta prove myself. And I find that artists who are typically most successful and most in demand are artists who are no, I have to express myself. I have to tell the story. Not I have to prove myself and prove myself worthy. I have to tell the truth, or at least my truth. And it really taught me a lot. And I think the experience is part of the reason why I was able to pay my bills as a vocalist for years that followed. Because I was like, oh, people don't want to hear everything I'm capable of doing. People want me to make it make sense. And learn from me. Don't just randomly throw out sound with the intention of trying to prove you're a great vocalist. Make it make sense.